Hi, I'm Mac Calloway, Keiser Human Performance and Education Specialist. Welcome to NYHQ here in New York. We're going to take you through some of the Keiser equipment and the anatomy of the machines first and foremost. As you can see here, we have our functional trainer, and then in the background we have our compressor. That is the heart of the system. Keiser equipment is based on pneumatics and air compression, so there's no levers to push or anything in order to add the resistance. All we have to do is walk up to the machine, and you're going to see these two yellow buttons. And the yellow buttons, if you see it says off on the machine, all we have to do is press positive or negative to get the display screen to turn on. And don't worry if you hear this compressor kick on. That just means air is being pushed into the system. To release air out of the system, you just press the negative button, and you'll see resistance goes down, and you'll hear the air go out of the system. When we press positive, air will go into the system and the resistance will go up as well. With the actual arms itself, we can just pull the levers to come down and up. It can go all the way down and up, and then we have an assortment of attachments that we'll go through as well. Let's take a closer look at our display screen here. You'll see that under the resistance setting, it says off. In order to turn it on, all we have to do is press that positive or negative button like we discussed, and you're going to see resistance going into the system as I press positive. And if I press negative, air is going out of the system. Everything is measured in 1/10 of a pound, and it is the same as an iron-based resistance, so 29 pounds of resistance. You're going to see our number of reps here in this display screen, and as I perform a rep, you'll see it increase each time. And then this box down here is how much power we're producing, and that's 294 watts. Power is measured in watts. This display setting right here is a percentage of our best repetition. So if I perform one really fast, I'm at 100% and I have 426 watts. If I perform a rep a little bit slower, we're looking at 76% of my best rep. And then you have this, if you have somebody else coming in and they want to clear this machine off, in order to clear it, you just press both buttons at the same time until you see the CLER show up, and then you're back to zero. Now that we know what our system does and what the display screen looks like, let's actually get into the attachments. Like I said, these are the arms of our functional trainer. We can go up and down with our arms, and our cable system here, we have our single handles, and you can just simply unclip and clip these. This is called the Keiser Infinity Series, which means you can do an infinite amount of exercises with this. Again, we have our single handles that we can take on and off, perform lots of different movements from up to down, from sideways to rotations, push, pull, anything that you want. We have our rope attachment as well. Again, anything that you want with our rope. We have our light bar that we can attach to one single side, or you can attach to both sides as well to perform exercises. And then you have the longer single cables as well. And then two more pieces. For lower body, we have a longer leg strap or a thigh strap that you can just wrap around your thigh. You clip in, and then you just clip in to the actual carabiner itself. And then you have a shorter one that is more for your ankle. Same thing, we just wrap in, come through, and clip in that way. And then last but not least, you have our Keiser belt that you can do any type of jumping, squatting, any type of agility work as well. And to get into this belt, a nice little close-up is you just come here and you click in and you clip out. And those are all of our attachment pieces. With our Keiser belt here, we can just hook in, you have both clips that you can hook in on the bottom of the functional trainer or the top. And note, we use a belt for jumping, walking, doing agility exercises. And notice that on one side of the functional trainer, if you want to utilize it, we can walk out up to 12 feet that you have to work with. But if you are working with a partner, you're only going to be able to go out 6 feet because the cables are attached that way. So just as a safety precaution, if you have 2 people jumping at once, have one person jump, have the other person rest, but you can work out to 12 feet. And that's not just with the belt, but with any attachment as well. This is our Keiser thigh strap that we could utilize for any type of hip extension, flexion, adduction, or abduction. And to get into it, we just want to strap it around us. We want to clip in this way, and then we just make sure that it's nice and secure. And we can take our cable system and we can load up where it's nice and tight. Again, we can do adduction, we can do flexion, we can do extension, etc. with our thigh strap. We have our Keiser ankle strap, similar to our thigh strap, but we just want to put it in, go in and out. We can just clip in, and again, we can perform various exercises, adduction, we can do flexion, we can do extension, etc. with our ankle strap. We have our standard rope that you can do various activities with. You can do tricep extensions, you can do chops, lifts, etc. But no, this is just our standard rope that you can utilize for anything that you think is necessary. We have our single handle here with a short strap. Again, any type of movement you can think of, rotations, push, pulls, etc. You can use our single handles. We have our double handle here with a longer strap. So again, you could utilize this for any type of maybe back exercises that you wanted. And we can push into this one, we could pull out, etc. utilizing the long handles, double handle. With our bar itself here, you can attach it to a single arm where you can do maybe your chops, you could do your rotations, you can do lots of different movements, but know that you don't just have to use one arm. You can hook it up to both sides as well. And this is just in the upper position, but notice you could do maybe a pull down, but you could also have these arms all the way to the ground, and you can do squats, etc. with the bar as well. A few things that we want to add to our functional trainer is some of the testing protocols and how to train with it. Now notice you can come train with it like you would train with any other piece of equipment. You can come up to it, you can work with slow, you can work for hypertrophy, you can work for strength, but really the benefit of our Keiser pieces is that you can train for speed and power. So just note, look at the testing protocols and procedures that we have in our manual, and you can determine at what resistance you should be training at for power and what resistance you should be training at for speed. But know that you should be training for speed, power, and strength. To wrap up, again, this is our functional trainer. We have our display screen here that shows the resistance, the reps, the power, the percentage of that. We have an assortment of attachments. And remember that you can train for strength, power, and speed with these machines because we don't have to worry about gravity or mass-based resistances.